Well, when it comes to launching the program, right, the first factor that was kept in mind was to simplify the journey for the users as much as possible, keeping in mind these are small Kirana stores spread across the rural category, rural cities of India, mostly single man stores. So they might not have much time to go through the lengthy process that most big ticket lending users follow. So our main criteria in designing the entire journey was to keep this journey as short as possible. So what we did was we envisaged a B2C onboarding journey, which usually is a 2-3 step journey, and you get your credit limit sanctioned and start transacting. That's the same thing which we wanted to replicate here as well. And we iterated multiple times on this particular factor, and then finally achieved at a state where we had like all the user had to do was enter his PAN, punch in his Aadhaar number. And yes, we were like within the PAN itself, we were like showing his credit score, then asking for a few more details, like asking him to complete his KYC. And from the backend, we also had the strength of Flipkart platform data, right? Flipkart being in Indian market for like more than Flipkart Wholesale, in fact, being in market for more than 7-8 years. They had a strong platform data to go with. So a simple 2-step journey with PAN, Aadhaar, completing your KYC and leveraging on this strength of platform data which Flipkart provided to the partners. We were able to give them an instant approval on the offering that we had. One point to remember here is instant approval also played a very key role in driving the adoption, because most offerings that they were exposed to till then were more like submit the data, we'll come back to you later with our approval, where people are spending time around, evaluating the customer, looking at multiple metrics. The entire risk program was designed in such a way that scoring of all these users was already done at the backend. So once the user was like updating those few key details that were needed from a regulatory perspective and evaluating the user, we were able to give them a quick sanction. Also, one more criteria which we had over here was like user completing the journey and also transacting. So for this, we could negotiate with the partners, build in certain incentive programs wherein saying, complete your transaction journey, basically complete your onboarding journey and then complete your first transaction, after which you will be eligible for a quick incentive also. So through this, we were like able to achieve 60% of our activated users transacting for the first time itself. In terms of channels through which we approach these customers, given these are Kirana buyers, these are not so digitally savvy per se. I mean, there could still be certain segment who would be exposed to WhatsApp and could complete the journeys on their own. But one of the key channels for us in driving this entire growth was the FOS that was there on ground, the feet on street who usually go to these stores every day to pick orders from them. We leverage the same channel. So we worked with all the ground teams across all the stores in Flipkart, and they were basically fed with info on during the beat for them on that particular day, who all were eligible, what was the limits that they were eligible for. And so those were the guys who basically helped us in gaining the scale. In fact, more than 60% of overall onboardings that have happened were through this channel. And of course, telecalling and your WhatsApp were like the second and third channels, but they had like 20-20 split between themselves in driving the acquisition. So this is how, in a span of 6 months, Flipkart went from less than 20% of its monthly NMV coming from credit to that number now. After 6 months, we could get up to like over 30%.